Alright, searching for Koval.
Do you think Koval?
Let's not assume the worst. You'll find him, Doctor. Alive. I'm sure about that.
Well, I'm glad you're sure. I'm not so sure. I mean, we just found her dead. Where exactly am I supposed to... Oh.
Someone's here.
Yeah. Where you at, Koval? Oh, I like that. What's it say? I can't read it. Position? It's not like it gets... Well, I guess it does get a little bit bigger. Isn't there a sprint? Can't I run? Yes, I can.
Yes, no. Status.
Well, it's not looking good.
Koval? Don't do this to me. You're alive.
Oh, you're okay. He was just napping.
Did you hear that, sir? Koval's alive.
I didn't doubt it for a second, Doctor. What's his current state?
Checking.
He seems a little delirious.
Parameters normal, yet he's completely unresponsive.
Yeah, just like Gorski.
Koval? Koval? His eyes are so empty. Just like Crowter's. Koval! What the hell is wrong with you?
Are all the symptoms the same as Dr. Crowter's?
He's
Kinda.
Calmer.
Well, at least he's alive. Now listen to me, Yasna. The lander is on its way, but before you get Dr. Koval on board, I want you to do something.
Okay.
Yasna,
I'm listening.
please look around for his journal.
Alright. He's got...
Everywhere.
he was cold.
In pieces.
Not good. Koval was in radio contact with Dr. Gorski.
Taking notes.
That's exactly why it's so important. These notes may help us find our man.
Alright, so I gotta decipher this crap.
Go over them. But it may take a while.
The ramblings of a madman.
Have you found it?
No, it's nothing about Dr. Gorski. Found them. Surprisingly accurate. He wrote down Gorski's every step.
Great. Let's get Koval to the evacuation area. Can you carry him, Doctor?
Will be pretty hard in 1G. But the gravity here should make things a tad easier.
Sure.
Got him.
Look at the strength I have. Oh, that doesn't bode well.
The androbot with Crowder is also on its way to the site. They'll meet shortly.
The lander's already descending.
I have a feeling this is going to crash.
I have a bad feeling. It won't break into pieces, right?
The descent is proceeding smoothly. Don't worry.
Alright.
I don't get it. What could have led to all this? Crowder? Oh dear, Barrett. No Koval. An unprecedented degradation of equipment. Recurring connectivity issues. It all has to be related. On the other hand, how could it be? There's not much on this planet. Some primitive life forms in the ocean, metal deposits in the ground. Although the latter
That's a
got
fantastic contradiction.
interest for some reason.
I think it's some kind of anomaly.
It's crazy how everything's falling apart here. I don't know. Maybe we're dealing with some kind of anomaly. An atmospheric or magnetic phenomenon.
Yeah, maybe John Travolta's hiding around the
Something
corner.
like that show on the charts. All those measurements Gorski took.
I remember. Maybe he made a mistake.
Maybe. I mean, you act like that's not a possibility. Hey there, robot friend. Oh, well, he came with us. I'll put you down here. Well, put your seatbelt on. There you go.
See you up there.
Yeah. I'm not going with you, though.
Only Gorski's left. We might have made it quite far.
Agreed. Everything points to it.
I don't know how long I'll be looking for him. It might take hours before I come back.
We also don't know Gorski's condition.
Going after him.
Nor what he's going through.
All right. Dr. Gorski's next, but I'll be back from Merit as soon as possible. I don't want to leave her like this.
You won't. I'll send the Androbot. Once Dr. Crowther is safe, she will fly with everybody. Back home.
Alright. Find Dr. Gorski. Isn't he the one that I already found? Who the hell's on the ship? Who are you? Yeah, that looks like a promising path. Alright, calm down. I stopped running. Don't need you fogging up your glass. Where you at, Gorski? Ah, I see him.
I'm leaving the excavation site. How did he come down?
Like this? I suppose I didn't examine for a safer route. But this worked out pretty good.
Signal.
So soon?
Yeah, how come every other time they made me pull this thing out, but this time she's just like, here, look.
Not who, but what. Well, it's weird. Dr. Gorski hardly ever parted with it.
With what? I located the probe. It's lying on the ground. Inactive.
Can't be completely broken if you picked up a signal. I'd say it's running in safe mode. Please try to power it on.
Do we have time for this?
It's for a good reason, Doctor. The probe could prove useful in the search. And besides, you'll see.
Alright.
I'm opening the probe.
What you got, R2-D2?
Turning the systems on.
No, stop. Wait for my instructions. There's a button on the left side of the fuse box. Hold it, and then turn the dial again.
Alright.
Now go ahead.
Slide records.
Correct.
I didn't know we had access to them.
You couldn't have known. This is not standard procedure. But as they say, extremis malice, extrema remedia.
Let's take a look.
Sure. There's a bunch of fish. Us holding the fish. You know, I saw the fish in the container and it didn't look that big. What should I search for?
Nothing interesting. Should I be looking for a specific location? Date?
The excavation site. 4th day of the mission.
4th day of the mission.
I recognize these structures. This is where they began to dig.
Sure is. Yeah. Is this,
12 hours passed. 3
Wow.
crew members are still there. Dr. Gorski must have left already.
We lost contact shortly thereafter.
Oh, he's got a detector.
The probe followed him, and he followed the detector's readings.
Going after those metal structures.
Yes, that's what I meant.
What's next?
Well, let me take a look.
Last slide. There's mostly noise.
Nothing in particular stands out to you, Doctor. They were digging and suddenly, poof, people are dead?
No need to shout, Astrogator.
Yeah, no
I'm
shit.
just letting you know what I see. That's all. Hang on. An absurdly high electromagnetic field reading.
That's something. Sort of. What are the earlier readings?
Checking. Still high in the slide just before.
Yeah.
And earlier, quite normal.
Yeah, don't like it.
It happened in a matter of seconds. But there's nothing except dunes. Sand, a few rocks, a shadow.
Shadow?
Another sandstorm, I guess.
All right, Doctor. Let's move on. You may turn on the fuses now. We'll take the probe with us.
Gee, thanks. This is us taking the probe with us.
Good. I've got it on my radar. Now I can give commands to the probe. And? What do you see? Is it
Well,
working correctly?
yeah.
If you run it on manual steering, sir, then it works just fine.
That's exactly what I'm doing. You have a keen eye. I'll put it in auto mode. From now on, it will follow you, Doctor.
If it has to.
If it's useful, then okay.
You don't like machines, Yasna?
I don't like being followed.
1 second. That's odd. There's no data in the probe's memory. No ID, no nothing. Do you want to give it a new ID? Name it, basically. After all, it'll be with you for a while. So, what's it going to be?
Huh.
Sure.
A name for the teleprobe. All right, I can think of something.
Copy that. I'm listening.
Yeah. B. Bally Luna. I guess I'll go with Luna since it's the only
Please
thing that
enter
makes sense.
Luna. L-U-N-A.
Done. Now, a few more tweaks, and you'll have a flying measurement center at your disposal.
Cool. Alright, let's find Gorski. How do I go down? Because clearly that's where I'm going. Well, I suppose I shouldn't say clearly. Ah. Now it is clear.
I don't see these metal structures anywhere.
The only surface structure reported was from the excavation area. The rest is underground. Please explore the area thoroughly.
The detector's measurement is very clear. I'm going straight on.
No crossroads? Branches?
Not yet. Just one thick, tangled vein.
That's how she likes it. One thick, tangled vein. Branching.
I guess I found the first point.
You guess? We have to be sure, Doctor.
Well, I'm
Fuck
at
this
the
Novik
branch
guy.
of these structures,
He's such a
as
dick.
reported by Dr. Gorski.
All right. What happened next?
Who knows what happened next, man?
He followed the branch to the right. Another thing he reported was a massive vertical structure. The probe detected something.
I see that in the readings. What is it exactly?
The structure from the notes, it fits the description perfectly. Well done, Luna. You're useful after all.
Yes, well done.
Now I think I'll apply for my own.
As soon as you find Dr. Gorski, I'll see to it myself. All right. How about that point? What does it look like? What caught the doctor's attention?
Looks like an underground scaffolding.
Looks sort of like scaffolding set up underground. Inside the ground, actually.
An unusual structure shape?
Definitely.
Do you think someone actually built it?
Well, it's a far-fetched theory, but it seems so.
It doesn't look natural.
The next point, the third one, is a metal bundle running along the bottom of some water reservoir.
Interesting. An object as such should be easy to locate.
Oh, yeah? Because you said so. Man, it's too bad my probe can't fly me around. Why can't the probe just go find Gorski? Just tell me where he is. Why she's always humming. Like she's on some kind of holiday.
There's the water.
And the metal bundle?
As expected. It's at the bottom. Before you ask, sir, there's little to say about it.
All right. So how many are left?
2 points. Or at least that's what he told Koval. What he did next, it's hard to assess.
But the battery in the detector lasts for only a few hours, so he couldn't have gone much further.
If you say so.
The 4th point is a structure that fills a rock massive, on top of which he found surface structures.
Did he now?
Sounds like a crucial node in this whole system.
Sure. Come on, probe, Luna. Suppose I should start using your name since I gave you one. Traces of shoes. Normal people just call them footprints.
Gotcha. I found his tracks. Finally, some tangible evidence that he was going this way.
Good. And it's downhill all the way, Doctor.
I wouldn't be so sure, Astrogator. The next point is at a height of approximately 100 meters. Definitely uphill. I think we have the 4th point.
Way up there.
I confirm. It's the 4th one. I see our flag.
I'll probably... Oh, shit. I didn't realize I was on a time limit for responding. Well, that's not cool. Is that lava? Should I be here? Am I going over there? Am I going over here? About some help, Luna. You want to tell me where to go? Instead
I'm
of
still here.
just
if you're
constantly
wondering,
shining
sir.
your light on me.
It all just takes longer than expected.
I know the situation. No need to explain yourself, Doctor. We're in this together.
Oh yeah, I don't see you out here.
3, 2, 1.
The land is departing.
Yes, they're on their way. Thank you for your assistance. Without your help, it would have taken much longer.
What's the plan for the second flight? The same place?
That would work best. Certain, proven. When you and Dr. Gorski come back, I'll send the lander right away.
You better. Or we're gonna have some words. And what if I don't find Gorski? What if Gorski fell into a lava pit? Because those are apparently a thing. Hello?
I've reached the top. The doctor discovered something new from here. Something he called bushes.
Huh. I've heard that term before.
In their conversations between Koval and Gorski.
No, Jasna. You're the one who reported it to me. Right after you landed.
Seriously?
Oh.
Well, I don't see anything like it now, sir.
No. Because I'm weird.
Wait. Koval noted down the parameters. Azimuth 350. Distance 200 meters.
Copy that. I'm sending the probe.
What do we got here? Black bushes?
Got it. I see the bushes.
And the doctor?
Hard to tell.
No.
Visibility is poor. It's gonna be harder than before. I don't know how the doctor...
When it comes to finding a safe route, there won't be a problem. But you'll have to get there on your own 2 feet.
I suppose the probe will carry out the first task. It's capable yet?
Of course. I set the environment analysis mode. The probe will calculate the best route between your location and your destination. It'll guide you along the defined path.
Well, that's good.
It will only take a moment.
Alright, well let me know. Clearly I'm not jumping off the cliff. I'm gonna guess we're going this way.
Hi, Luna. Lead the way.
Yes. lead the way down the only path I could possibly
I
take.
must say, it's a clever device, this probe of ours.
Yeah.
Make it up fly for this long.
Yes. Longer than you can stand on your feet.
Sounds like the perfect research unit. Maybe even better than a human.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
Hmm.
I don't know. For me, it's only a matter of time before machines surpass their creators. The only question is when.
Well, when do you feel like stepping aside? I mean, if that were possible, then the machines would have been on this mission and you guys would have never had to leave. Because clearly it's not safe to be here. Yep.
Oh, we have a problem.
Something serious?
Huh. Maybe it's true that machines will surpass us.
Hmm.
But not today. The route determined by the algorithm goes over a chasm.
I can repeat the command.
No.
Yeah, I'm already going.
Unfortunately, this is an outdated model. Such mistakes are inevitable. But the perception module itself has already been greatly improved.
Good lord, this
Its
is
accuracy
disorienting.
increases exponentially.
Exponentially. Can you imagine us, proteinaceous creatures, developing so quickly, sir?
No, not in the course of evolution. You can't perfect a person like that.
That's right, you can't.
Not with
We
that
need
attitude.
thousands of years for visible changes.
Have you started to fear for your position?
Well, everything indicates that the clear distinction between humans and robots will soon disappear.
And then what?
And then we started having lunch together.
Well, if we assume that they'll surpass us, things will get complicated. Because in order to program a brain with computing power equal to that of a human, you need a brain with computing power higher than that of a human. Ergo, a man cannot make a machine smarter than a man.
Then who else would design it?
Self-learning algorithms? Some spontaneous process? Or pure chaos? Something inhuman, that's for sure. Shh. Astrogator, can you hear that?
What am I supposed to be hearing?
That's the point. Nothing. Silence. We're talking about robots, and Dr. Gorski still hasn't spoken on the channel.
Well, you don't know. He must be a long way from here.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
These bushes are kind of weird.
You better stay away, Doctor. I'd like a brief description. Just keep a distance.
Allow me to use the language I would use to describe living forms, sir.
Of course.
So they look like pituitary, brush-like formations.
Was I supposed to stay back here? With Luna? No, you just sending me in on my own there, Luna?
They're high, more or less. From 1 to several meters.
Sure.
They grow out of cracks in the bare rock. They can be singular, though in some locations they create a uniform thicket that covers the walls of the ravine in a rusty brush-like layer. That's how it looks, to put it briefly.
Would you also venture to guess their significance? Some function, purpose?
The plants?
Staying on the topic of biological analogies, which in itself is already a major scientific distortion.
Yes, I understand. These are not real plants.
But if they were plants, those protruding parts climbing up, they would serve to obtain energy, mainly solar. Astrogator, Gorski's not here. I'm afraid he continued to explore. And if he went where I think he did, he might have lost contact with the camp as well as Dragonfly.
So we will most likely lose contact too.
Possibly. Well, there's only one way to be certain.
It's a good thing you gave me my own
It's
personal
your
probe.
decision, sir.
Well, he's gonna tell you to go in.
Let's continue the search. We have to find him.
Yes, it's the right decision.
That's the unwritten rule, isn't it? Under no circumstances do we leave anyone behind.
That's right, Doctor. You can lose everything else, but you have to have the crew on board. The living and the dead. This is one of the most crucial imperatives, even though it's not in the regulations.
Alright. I guess we're not going to be talking too much more. Is my probe not coming? Guess it's just me.
The line's breaking up, but I understood. I'll let you know, sir, when I come out of the tunnel.
Yeah, except for I don't think that there is a coming out of the tunnel. Or am I, oh, we're going through the bush. This doesn't seem like the best idea.
Altitude 24,000. Speed 250. Going smoothly, Hopper.
Doesn't look smooth. Oh, that looks better. I've only got one window.
Already at 12,000. Throttle down. 30 seconds till touchdown. Everything's looking good. Over.
Roger that.
"30 seconds, huh?"
Altitude 5,000. Ignition 10%. I record data dropout, but otherwise still looking good. Entering final descent. 30 seconds.
Copy. Entering final.
Wow. Is that from me hitting the ground?
Hopper has landed. I repeat, Hopper has landed. Astrogator, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Any side effects? Landing wasn't too hard on you?
All good. Spine still in one piece. No signs of overstrain. Not even shortness of breath.
Perfect. Hopefully the hike to camp goes just as smoothly.
Hopefully. But who knows these things? Thanks for opening the door.
I'm going outside.
Visibility?
100%.
Somebody's already here.
The dust has already settled.
Yeah, that's not strange, is it?
I've located the second lander. Our people are still on this planet.
Ah, very good. I was afraid they might try to fly off, which wouldn't be the best idea given the loss of communication.
Sir, something's wrong.
What is it?
The hatch is half open. Did they report hydraulics failure?
How should I know? You were the last person in contact with the crew, Doctor.
Right.
Well, let me see what's
I'm
going on inside. We got a burned panel,
How is it?
a blown circuit. They couldn't go back even if they wanted.
Even if they wanted to, they couldn't go back to Dragonfly. Their lander looks damaged, to put it mildly. Or more accurately, it seems like a storm has passed through it.
Understood. I mean, I don't understand how it happened. But that means...
Hopper is the only vehicle that can take us home. Affirmative.
Right. Well, then we can't afford another mistake. I'm taking the lander into orbit. I'll send it directly to the camp as soon as we find a suitable landing zone.
Continue marching towards the camp. We shouldn't be here.
Astrogator, I don't know what we expected. Coming here at the end of our expedition. The equipment is barely working. If it works at all. And you, sir. You barely escaped alive. Okay, I admit that we have a very successful campaign behind us. But I feel like we've used up all our luck. And now, we're asking for trouble. It's just one planet too many for us.
Which doesn't change the fact we're here. Let's focus on completing this mission. There won't be another.
I dare to doubt.
Where does this certainty come from, Astrogator? HQ can send us as many directives as they please, justified or not.
I won't let that happen. We have the imprimis homini law to refer to. The Commonwealth cannot achieve its goals at the expense of the people. At the expense of my crew.
But Isn't that exactly what's happening? The situation is bad, Astrogator. Though it wasn't much better at the beginning of the mission. Whoever sent us here didn't care about our safety at all.
Enough! Please don't put me in an even more difficult position. Rejecting a new mission and questioning the validity of the current one are two different issues. And you're one step away from disciplinary action, Doctor.
Copy that. Over and out.
Good to know.
I have an object in sight.
Oh, well, looky here. Oh, that doesn't help. I don't know why it was fully zoomed in.
This is where they searched the ocean's biocenosis.
Meaning... oh, where they caught that fish, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
They stopped here first, then walked along the coastline northward.
Correct. But I think you might consider taking a shortcut towards the east, straight to the camp.
Copy that. Heading east.
Alright. I'm glad my map knows which way east is. I don't have a compass. But this looks like the way to go.
They stopped for a break.
How do you know? Are there any signs of the crew?
Because they left shit on the ground.
I found a cigarette butt and a pack. Someone was smoking here.
So, they didn't give a damn about the regulations.
Disrupting the ecosystem.
No, that's not the point. I understand you want to minimize the effects of our interference here, Doctor, but the mission's safety is at stake. I don't think I have to explain to you the dangers of igniting a dusty atmosphere. Preserving the integrity of Regis 3's already extinct ecosystem is not a priority in this scenario. Negligible, actually.
Bah.
Excuse my interruption, sir. Can you please confirm that I'm on the correct route?
Yes, I confirm. This rate will reach the camp within an hour. So, continuing.
Well, I'm gonna dare to disagree.
Regis 3 is an alien planet, Astrogator. Extinct or not, we shouldn't act like we own the place. Because of this kind of attitude, the Anthropocene will become the fate of every planet we step foot on.
Aren't you exaggerating, Doctor? I probably sound like a simple soldier, but I believe that if something is already dead, it can't be harmed, let alone killed.
This route may be faster, but it's not the easiest. Anyway, back to our conversation. That's quite right. In the biological sense, you never know what you'll face on a mission. But will our knowledge prove sufficient to comprehend what's alien to us? Or will we ever begin to understand it? We could even accidentally kill it.
Sounds like quite a far-reaching assumption, especially considering that we're talking about a harmless fag end at the far end of the known universe.
Right.
Harmless.
Carried away. But still, we shouldn't behave recklessly on the mission.
On that we can agree, Doctor. Completely.
It's not gonna stop you from telling me to do reckless things, though, is it? Am I still in a flashback? What happened? This is a long memory.
What is this? Astrogator, I found a peculiar inorganic structure. It looks like some spiky metal growths.
Artificial plants? Is spontaneous growth possible with this type of structure?
Oh, I've never seen anything like this. I wish I had time to run some tests.
When the situation is stabilized, we will take samples. I promise.
Okay. Well, they're making me all funky.
I feel nauseous. Suddenly.
Please don't push me. Been on the surface for just under half an hour.
That's not it. I feel darkness.
I'm sleepy.
Hang on.
Let me get away from these plants before I fall on my face. I don't like this no more. I don't know, was I supposed to keep going in the plants? Maybe. Oh. Yeah, let me climb in my nauseous state. Yeah. Grab a haunt. Yeah. That's what you get. Okay. I see my probe decided to join me. Thanks for waiting for my flashback to end. Did you find Gorski while I was daydreaming?
Are you there? Over. I guess that's a no.
I guess so. What are you really doing for me, probe?
Is everything alright?
Yes, yes, all good. They're already in the infirmary on life support. You found them in time.
Yes. Maybe them. But Marit's...
You're too hard on yourself, Yasna. As usual.
But if I...
Please stop. If it's a very cruel word, you don't deserve its torment.
Oh,
I
intriguing.
know where Gorska was going.
Are you sure? Oh.
I confirm. Gorski was here. His rope is still hanging from the slope.
That's a good sign. Since he left it, he intends to come back this way.
But why hasn't
Or he
yet?
couldn't detach it from the bottom. I mean, what the hell?
Going down after him. Tell me one more thing. What did you do with Koval?
I put him in the infirmary, on a drip.
Is he still calmer than Dr. Krauter?
Yes. I had to give Krauter a sedative. Koval fell asleep on his own after he got into bed.
Oh, that didn't work.
Report.
One sec.
Just lost my footing.
Oh, I'm at the end of the rope.
Isn't that good?
No
Not at all.
return.
What do you mean?
I'm stuck. I'm hanging with all my weight on the rope, away from the wall. There's still a fair few meters left to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go back?
Nope.
Using just my hands, strapped with all this extra weight. No, not a chance.
What if you sway?
I can just jump off.
Is that safe?
No.
A substantial fall on unsteady ground. This is hardly a maneuver that I would describe as safe.
So let's take a moment to analyze the situation.
I'm thinking, if Gorski went down this way and didn't break anything...
Yeah, we don't know that, Yasna. He could keep going even with injuries.
I suppose. I'm not gonna hang around forever.
I'm not hanging here forever, if we still haven't come up with anything.
There is a certain possibility, or rather uncertain, but maybe it's worth trying.
Astrogator, as much as I love complex analysis, I'm really sick of all this hanging.
Yes, of course. Can you see the probe?
Yeah?
Yes.
Is it gonna help me flutter
it's
down to the
right
ground?
near me.
Good. If I instructed it to fly as close as possible to you, you could grab onto it.
You sure it will hold me?
That I cannot guarantee.
It's riskier than
Nope.
jumping?
I prefer to avoid additional risk. It sounds unsafe. Not to mention probable damage to the probe. I'm getting ready to jump. Gorski, you owe me for this.
Well, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the probe fly thingy.
On second thoughts, maybe let's give it a try.
Yeah.
Right, I'm entering the instruction.
I'm
Use
glad they
whatever-
let me backpedal on that. 2 meters forward.
2 meters forward.
Slam into me.
Stop, that's enough.
You have a really good eye. Exactly 2 meters. Is the maneuver complete?
You could say so. I fell from a lower height. It was a soft landing, though.
Thanks, probe.
We had our last contact with Regis a few minutes after noon. Even then, Dr. Gorski was walking alone.
Damn. This place is amazing. It's all made up of these structures. Except they don't look like creations of nature anymore.
Maybe that's why Dr. Gorski, not to mention the Alliance.
Well, if we're looking for something on this planet, this could be it. These structures form entire multi-story complexes. They look like a city.
Are you saying that...
No. There's no point in jumping to conclusions yet.
Exactly.
Dr. Gorski set up the flags.
So, he kept going, despite the lack of communication with the rest.
You'd have to see it with your own eyes, sir. This place. Gorski may have lost himself in his discovery.
Are you joking, Doctor? Lost himself, Gorski. He may not have respect for the unknown, but he has his feet firmly on the ground.
I think he might have gotten lost in these structures. They're like a maze.
Well, he shouldn't have if he was setting up flags. You must trace his steps, Doctor.
I'm
I'll
working
try.
on it. Are you receiving a signal?
What signal?
From Dr. Gorski.
No, none. Why are you asking?
He tried to open up a connection. Set up a transmitter.
There's nothing on the comms. But I'll check the record history. Please give me a moment.
Sure. Take your time. I'm gonna just shimmy this way.
How's the terrain? Those structures, are they still everywhere?
No, they moved.
Wherever I look, there's metal.
Are they still everywhere?
Status?
Nothing's changed, Astrogator.
Understood.
Yep, I'm just walking across the metal,
Yes, sir. What's going on?
falling through the metal.
Just a sec. I need to get out. Phew. Again.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, doesn't it?
The detector will indicate the thickness of the structures.
All right. What does that mean?
Okay. I can see a safe route on the detector.
And I made it.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but the oceanic forms here are similar to those on Earth. So there should be similarities on land as well.
Similarities?
Life, Astrogator. I still think there should be life on the surface of Regis 3.
Well, you did find fish already. I don't know why you're questioning this. Of course. You're gonna make me walk across this shardy shit. Hey, look, I fell in a hole again.
One careless move.
Then please be careful.
I'm trying. Out of the frying pan. Into a hole.
Doctor, I found something after all.
From Gorski.
It's hard to tell. There are errors in the transmission header. I'm going to play it, so we'll find out.
Gorski to base. I repeat, this is Gorski. Base, come in.
No doubt. It's him. Now let's keep listening. But as soon as you report anything, Doctor, I'll stop the recording.
Bugger. No confirmation again. I report.
I can see the relay up close. Looks broken.
Mm-hmm.
This is starting to look like a deliberate diversion to me.
You may be right. The question is, who's behind all these
Of course I'm right.
disruptive activities?
That I don't know, sir.
Maybe let's go back to the recording.
A thicket of bushy, pointed rods and slats. Mostly iron, but not only. Molybdenum, carbon, tungsten. Altogether similar to a giant integrated circuit. A million swarm of tangled cables. Not a trace of electric current, polarity, not even residual magnetism. Maybe once upon a time, centuries ago, petawatts or exawatts of power flowed this way. To compare with something, it's probably a machine. Some kind of information collective structure.
There are more traces. This time handprints. And a drop detector.
What? Did I hear you right?
Yeah, it worries me too.
Yes, sir. You heard correctly. I'm afraid we must be ready for any eventuality.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean we should assume the worst. I still believe you'll find him, Doctor. Well, let's hear what else he discovered.
It makes me think of the Lyrans. A race of extinct sentient beings. Supposedly, they knew about light astrogation before we invented the wheel.
No one of sound mind would decide to go down this way. And yet Gorski... I found something. Again.
I'm listening.
More of the same stuff.
More of the same stuff. Gorski's things. More traces. Fine. Actions devoid of logic.
There's still a little more.
They had to save themselves from the explosion of Nova. They sent ships. The remains of those ships have been found, ashed to a chip glued together. I've seen hypothetical schematics. The structures here remind me of those. Okay, moving on. Readings.
Well, that's it. What follows is just a humming noise. Any thoughts, Doctor?
So far it all leads to one conclusion. This is not a place for a man. Nor for any humanoids.
Then who is it for?
Maybe it's really an alien technology. Those Lyrans.
As far as I know, all information about the Lyran civilization is just guesswork. Many consider Lyrans to be just a myth, so I wouldn't take it too seriously.
Well, I think there might be something to it.
By the way, you were right, Doctor. Gorski did lose himself in this discovery, in spite of everything.
Of course I was right. Told you I was right. Ooh, a shimmy point.
Finally! I have his position.
A visual?
Not yet.
Kinda just assuming.
Gorski, are you here? It's me, Yasna.
Still nothing.
Yeah.
He seems to be ignoring me, sir.
Oh, there he is. Got him. He's not moving.
He's also got his helmet off. He's breathing.
Gorski! Gorski! Look at me! His eyes are closed.
Is he breathing?
Yes.
He's alive, but barely.
Did he react in any way?
He's at risk of hypoxia.
Saturation is within the lower range. Risk of tissue hypoxia.
And the reactions?
Gorski! Come on!
Calm down, Doctor. Get him out of there. The probe's already looking for a landing site.
Yeah, well, he's kind of in a hole.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to scrape his junk along this metal.
I'm pulling him out.
-1 Winky.
Done. He's out. I activated his SOS. You should pick up a transmission with his parameters, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Well?
No, nothing. The transmitter in the suit must be too weak.
Should I retrieve his booster from the backpack?
No point. Better to set up a relay. We have to do it anyway so that Hopper can land in this maze.
Alright.
Have a preliminary scan of your surroundings. There's an open area nearby. You have to move Gorski there. The probe will guide you.
But he's not stable. I must share my oxygen with him, Astrogator.
You'd need a spare for that. The protocol doesn't provide for connecting 2 suits at the same time.
In that case, I'll give him my tank.
Negative. I won't allow it, Yasna. If you faint, the doctor won't carry you.
Well, you're not really here to stop me.
The membrane looks intact.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
Hold on, Gorski.
I still can't hear you, Doctor. Please repeat.
I didn't say anything important.
It's nothing, Astrogator. Some static on the line.
There you go, Gorski. Now you breathe. And I'll work on dying. Alright. Where are we going, probe? Limited time.
Are you out in the open already?
Sort of. Yes.
Once you set up the transmitter, I should start receiving.
Alright. Let me step on Gorski. I'm just gonna assume that all this is structurally sound. Let me open my fancy relay. Alright.
There it is. Pulse, heart rate, saturation, almost within the range. Now, mark the place for the lander, and we're home, Doctor.
I'm on it.
Okay. Marking. How am I supposed to? No.
What was that?
I don't know. Everything is shaking.
Yes, sir.
No! No!
Please hold on.
Yeah. I'm holding on to everything. It's going real good.
I caught the probe.
I'm real glad I have this probe now. I think we just flew through a wall.
What? What was that?
Open your eyes.
Astrogator, Copy. Base, come in. I'm sending an SOS. Anyone, please. Okay. Stay calm. Just keep it together. Heartbeat's racing. But saturation hasn't dropped below the tissue norm. Not yet, at least.
Well, that's good, I suppose. I guess, we'll have to find a way out of this cave in the next video.